So now we'll move on to the news. So first of all, we'll start with this week's comments, Rich. We have some.
Okay, cool.
It's all about steps this week.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So we were sent 2 messages on this is on our YouTube. So we obviously the videos go on YouTube. So if you don't know, pop over to our YouTube page, search for MWP Music Review, and you'll see the videos on there. So there's we put a video on about steps that we discussed about their last single, which is either last week or the week before. And Mirror said basically they need to step it up really with it's the same old as it has been.
Well, hang on a minute. It depends on what step song. I think the last step song I actually quite liked.
Oh, it was the last one.
But it's the only one that I've liked. So yes. You know.
Well, obviously when we talked about about it, we said about overall, didn't we? But
yeah.
Anyway, so we've had 2 step fans reply. So the first one said, "Both talking rubbish. Steps are steps, which is why they work. They never fitted into the trend. That's why they worked. These 2 boys don't have a clue." That's us. And then the other person put, "No, OMG, they can't change their style. That's the one reason people love them. 25 years and still going strong. They had the same changes, but stayed true to their signature sound of Tony Braxton." Really? Tony Braxton and ABBA. I don't know where they get Tony Braxton from. To their true sound. When most bands change, it's normally a disaster and become cookie cutters. Sorry, guys. True step fans don't agree with you. There we go.
No, I wouldn't expect true step fans to agree. You know, it's only our opinion. It's only my opinion that you know they release a song and I'm thinking, oh, it doesn't do anything for me. And yeah, they kind of have they have got a style to themselves, and I think one track I was just disappointed about the production on it and stuff. It sounded so dated, and it's like, you know, and they're trying to you know, what bugs me a little bit is they're just if they're not going to do anything different, if they're not going to sound any different, they're just coming back to make a load of money, then piss off again.
Yes,
that's all it is, and that just, I don't know, that grinds my gears a little bit, because you think they want to come back and smash it and be even better, be even bigger, you know, conquer different things. But you know, so that's just that's the way I look at it. But yeah, I mean, if you're a true step fan, of course, you're not gonna agree with what me and you said. I mean, you've liked some of their tracks more than me, but yeah, it's just not my. I didn't grow up. Well, I was the perfect age for when Steps came out. It's just I was like, I'm not listening to Steps. I'm listening to hip hop, you know, and all this kind of stuff. Like, I don't want to listen to Steps. Like, so I've never been into them, but.
No, I mean, some of their early stuff I quite enjoyed. A couple of tracks. And but you know, basically, if they want to, I would say they're obviously famous here in the UK. As far as I know, they're not famous. They're not big, really much anywhere else. Definitely not in America. I don't know about any parts of Europe. I've never seen them tour Europe. I don't know if they are doing a European tour as well, but as far as I know,
yeah, they must have done Europe, man.
Yeah. So, but the problem is that it's in order for bands to go from one step to another step to another step to another step, they have to adapt with the times and change with the times, and not keep doing the same thing, because otherwise people go, "Well, it's the same stuff. It's the same stuff." So, you know, what happens is with different bands over the years, the music changes to adapt with the times, and then obviously they get, you know, they keep the interest there, because at the end of the day, the people who listen to their music and make them go bigger and bigger is obviously there's a certain age bracket between, you know, early teens to mid-20s. They're the people who constantly play your track over and over and over and over and over, and they're the ones who obviously make you the massive superstars. So as we said, the problem with Steps is that it's been the same old for well, for nearly 25 years, and if if they are happy to stay as they are, then that's fine. They carry on doing what they're doing. But if they want, if five of them, if their ambition is to go bigger, well, until they change, then they're not going to go anywhere, are they? Because they need to.
Yeah, they're not going to get the younger generation now into them. It's just going to be people my age.
Yeah. So, as we said before, the bands have adapted and changed. Like Take That have, like I'm massive the Pet Shop Boys. So you think, oh, Pet Shop Boys. But if you're a fan, listen to their music from when they first started, even in the 90s to where it is now. The music's totally different. It's all up to date. Because, the Neil, so you have to adapt and change. I mean, there's nothing wrong. I have nothing bad to say about Steps. They're doing what they're doing. There's nothing wrong with it. They're happy poppy tracks and people like them.
Yeah.
In order for them to go, if they want to go big or get bigger, then they're going to have to change. Otherwise, they're just going to stay. I mean, like Kylie's a good example, didn't she? She did all that I'm So Lucky and everything. Then she went into the 90s and then she brought out a few albums and she said that basically the albums did terrible. And then she disappeared. Yeah. Then she returned with the Golden Shorts and that track.
Yeah.
And that na 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 na, and then her career just went boom again because she completely changed. And that's just that's what she's been doing now. And she's did that country track and that I thought, oh, that's not
exactly yeah.
That's what you have to do.
And that's because she wants to, achieve new things.
Yes.
And do bigger things. She's not just coming back just to make a quick buck and then go.
No.
So
there's nothing wrong with Steps, but if they want to get bigger, that's what they're going to have to do. That's what we're saying. So we're not saying Steps is crap. We're just saying it's the same old. I'm
saying that. I'm saying Steps is crap.
Oh dear. But yeah, that's what they need to do. So that's what we're getting at.